ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਫਿਰ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨਵੀਂ ਤਾਜ਼ੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਸੋ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਖਾਸ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਨੇ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਤਕਰਨ ਸ਼ੇਰਗਿੱਲ ਬਰਤਾਨੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜ਼ੂਮ ਲਿੰਕ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਆਓ ਸੁਣੀਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਫਲਸਤੀਨੀ ਬਾਬਤ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਫਲਸਤੀਨੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਕਾਇਦਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਸੁਖਮਨੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਪਾਠ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ 18 ਅਕਤੂਬਰ ਨੂੰ ਹੋਣ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ। ਇਨ ਦ ਮੀਨ ਟਾਈਮ ਸਾਡੇ ਚੈਨਲ ਨੂੰ ਜੇ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਵੀ ਕਰੋ ਔਰ ਦੂਜਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਪ੍ਰੇਰੋ। ਸੋ ਆਓ ਸੁਣੀਏ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਤਕਰਨ ਸ਼ੇਰਗਿੱਲ ਦੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਬਰਤਾਨੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ੂਮ ਲਿੰਕ ਰਾਹੀਂ। Satkarn, thanks for joining me. Thanks for being my guest.
Hi.
So, Satkarn, tell us a bit about yourself and your wife, and since you both are organizing special prayers for Palestine. So, tell us a bit about yourself first. You and your better half, how are you involved in this activism?
So my name is Dr. Satkarn Shergill. From a young age, I've been very supportive of human rights and always speak out for the people who get oppressed and exploited, no matter what caste, color, religion, any faith. It shouldn't happen in the world, especially in the 21st century when we learn about it so much. So that's why I think with many other examples in life, it's come to the point where you think that a genocide is literally taking place in front of us, and there's hardly much we could have done. Even bringing aid was very difficult, I think, for many organizations that we saw recently that they got caught and they weren't allowed to send aid. So it is, if you've got humanity, you will get pain for this and you will want to do something about this.
Right. So what exactly is happening on 18th of October?
So on the 18th of October, what we've done is obviously the Sikh religion tells you and teaches us Sikhism as that you should stand up against oppression, zulm, which is what the exact word it is, and exploitation. And if it's a particular, the word itself, genocide, which is what's happening, the Sikhs should say that this is wrong. Any killing of any faith, any people, it is completely outbound from the Sikh scriptures, and so many stories and so many the philosophies and the background and the foundation of our gurus and many Sikh followers who have given the shahidiyan, which means martyrs, for this principle, for protecting others and their freedoms to choose how they would want to live and what religion they would want to practice. There's numerous sakhis or stories or historical evidence that support that we as Sikhs stand against violence, stand against racism, stand against injustice, especially when it's on the forefront. And we can't say we don't know. We do know. It happens on a daily basis, and it was on our phones for the past 2 years or even more than that. But obviously nowadays, because of media, we've had, since the 7th of October attacks, since then it's been amplified so much that we've seen daily reports of little children getting killed, innocent people. Even as a doctor, healthcare workers, about 2,000 healthcare workers have been killed, and possibly more, because we don't know the real actual figures at the moment, because some people are still buried under the rubble. But as a Sikh and the Sikh historical facts, anybody who studies Sikhism or is from that community will feel real injustice that's happening. And the minimum that we can do is gather the community. And this part that we've organized on the 18th is a Sukhmani side part, which means trying to get Sukh for everybody. Right. And it's not just for the Palestinians, it's also for the people who have died on the other side, who were innocent civilians, who got caught in the crossfire, who have got nothing to do with this. They're just living their normal lives, while imperialism and powers are also involved in this. We need to understand this on a bigger picture. So this part is not just open to Sikhs. This is number one. It's normally the parts that we go to is probably for a birthday or a new house, or for the normal things that we do, commercial kind of things in our heads. Right. But this part, I've come out of the normal framework to do something aligned with our Sikh principles, which is to fight injustice, And that's why I've got this part going on. And with this part, you'll get different members of the community. So Muslims have been invited, Jewish community has been invited, the Hindus have been invited, the Christians have been invited. People with no religion who feel injustice can come as well, and they've also been invited. Different people, different backgrounds, different political ideology believers as well feel the same injustice that we're feeling as well. So it doesn't matter which spectrum you may feel, but if there's killing, I'm pretty sure majority of the population is against that. And this is my small attempt trying to unify the community in Leicester, but it's become so profound, and this post has been shared so much that it's gone to London. People from London are coming, people from Brighton are coming, people from Manchester are coming, people from Coventry, people from Birmingham, which is very nice to see that people are still united, no matter how the darkness comes. And within darkness, as Gurbani teaches, light comes within that from that darkness.
So what is going to be the format of the event? Just the prayers, or there will be some speakers, and also probably you are raising funds for the victims of the Israeli
Absolutely. So the difficult part of doing a part like this, what I've found, and on the ground level, because I don't have an organization, and it was difficult to even approach certain organizations to do this. It would be, you couldn't go around asking an organization that's got nothing to do with Sikhism to come and out to do it. So I took the bare efforts and the workload on my own back just to go ahead and just do it. At least if I push like a little catalyst, the small spark, then the whole people will start to join. And with that, I think we've come to the point where we've realized that the situation when you do a part like this, when it's a dynamic thing. So 2 weeks ago, the genocide was happening, and literally that 2 weeks, everybody was on the same page. But then we had that synagogue attack. I don't know if you know about it in Manchester.
Right.
Unfortunately, yes, the innocent people have been passed away and been murdered. So that kind of questioned some people. So if you're doing a part for this, why are you not doing a part for this? But the part was already set. We didn't know that was going to happen. I can't predict the future. Absolutely. And then later on, during the 2 weeks, we've had this Donald Trump president going across trying to get a ceasefire and trying to get a stop, which I'm very happy for. Like if there's a ceasefire, excellent, at least the killing will stop, and then we can sit down and try to work this out. And unfortunately, I don't think the reports are coming today. Because obviously you just woke it up. In Canada, it's like 9 o'clock. But so far during the day, the report has come that 7 people have died already in Palestine from an Israeli drone attack,
right.
and some for other 5 people have died from getting shot down by Israeli forces already. So the ceasefire kind of doesn't look so real anymore. It looks like it was just a bit of a smoke. Yeah, so that's quite hurtful, and we've seen many ceasefires that have happened in the past, and almost all the time it's always been broken. And the question, obviously, the public can go and check which culprit it is that breaks the ceasefire all the time. And then it's sad, and there has been difficulty to organize this part as well, because things keep changing. So obviously, the first poster was for stand against genocide. And then obviously the genocide, they said that it stopped because we've done a ceasefire. So we've altered the poster. And also some people couldn't understand the poster. So we had to include further detail that we're not doing Ardas, the prayer, just for the Palestinians. We're also doing it for the innocent lives that have been caught up in these, in this whole this whole political conflict that's happened. You've had Hamas killing Israeli innocent people, Hamas taking those people, but at the same time you've had Israeli forces abducting and capturing and hostage Palestinians. So at the moment, from yesterday's news, I've been hearing both sides have been trying to release their hostages. But it is a sad picture. It is a very sad picture.
I just wanted to ask you one more thing, Satkarn. As we understand, the Zionist lobby continues to grow its influence all over the world. So, did you face any kind of backlash?
So I did face backlash very quickly, actually. For a few days, it was okay. A lot of I've before you, I think this is for actually for the public as well, from my experience, because when you do these kind of things, it's only then you learn. I think from my background, because I've done so much activism, you should always, rather than sending it out public, should always give it to some scholars or educated people who've done PhDs in the subject area, or someone who knows the religion very well and who's probably on the path of activism. So that's what I did. I got the poster ready, got the agenda ready, wrote a little description what it was for, and I sent it out to those individuals. And so it wasn't a surprise. It was very positive feedback that I got back. There's many intellectuals. I wouldn't say those names because I've not had their permission to say that, but they did share the poster across their platforms on the media, social media, and also probably discussed with their friends amongst. But yeah, so much support came from those high-end individuals who have done more than I have in my lifetime. And that's when I thought, you know what? That's a little pilot. When you test the waters. And I said, you know what? It's okay. Let's publish it. And I did speak to the Gurdwara. Some people thought that they've asked the question that the backlash you might get from the Gurdwara committees or this like this. Unfortunately, I've been okay, I've been lucky. The Gurdwara that I spoke to and we arranged the Sukhmani Sahib part, I was very clear at the beginning of what I'm keeping it for, how I want to do it, how the program will be. So he was very in very supportiveness. He said that no, this is very good. This is what Sikhi teaches us. But obviously, the previous 2-3 Gurdwaras I went, I didn't tell them what it was for. I was just trying to get the prices and the arrangement sorted out. And so when I was comfortable that I said, okay, this is the place that they're happy to do, we'll do it. Then the penny dropped. Once I posted it online and many people started to support it, then you've got loads of other people trying to hijack the whole thing. You've had people posting certain stuff which has got no relevance to the part at all. You had people it started off as the Mughals did this to the Sikhs. Why are you supporting the Palestinians? They're Muslim.
Wow.
Palestine is not all Muslims. There's Jewish community living
Christians
there.
as
There's
well,
Christian community living there. There's people with no religion also living in Palestine. So it was absurd with these comments, and it just kept going. It just kept the section became so hateful. So many comments were made on basis of religion, basis of why don't you do a part for the floods? Why don't you do a part for this? It's like asking someone when you go to the Gurdwara and you're doing Jodhyan Seva, which means you're cleaning the shoes. At the same time, you're supposed to wash the dishes. So you're supposed to clean the shoe here, and at the same time, with the other hand, clean the dish. You can't be doing everything in one part. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. But that's what people were trying to do. So the ones who were anti this, but they weren't accepting the fact that we're doing it against the genocide and the people who have lost their lives.
Right.
They were more upset that why don't you? And I don't see this upsetness when people do it for their own family things, or they do it for their own birthdays, or no one does any varod or any discrimination against that. But then later on, certain organizations, certain people, I think Bayadbi group in UK, it's a group which is affiliated with any person who tries to disimage the guru's teachings or the Gurdwara's Maryada, which means the rules and regulations or code of conduct. But this wasn't against the code of conduct. I don't see it. And I've asked many scholars, they're like, no, you haven't done anything wrong. So I got a lot of backlash on that. And they've written underneath a part supporting Hamas terrorists. And I was like, nowhere in the post have I written that. Nowhere underneath I've written that. And later on, I find out that other groups were also involved, who Shere Punjab or someone else was posting in WhatsApp media, maybe not even reading it properly. and sending it through everybody. So the Gurdwara started to get complaints that the part shouldn't happen. You should cancel it. You should get this. And as Baji, you and I, we've been in this activism role for many, many years. I think we knew that this backlash would come, and I was expecting it quite early on. But when the penny dropped and you see so many people come together just to stop a prayer, like we can't send aid. That time we couldn't. And that's when I was looking at the flotilla. At that time, I couldn't even say, like, you've asked, are you going to collect aid? I don't know. I don't know until Saturday comes. I don't know which charity is going to say yes. I've asked CASA Aid, and they've said last year they have been able to send aid. This year they can't say yes. And I'm not going to bring a charity, collect money, and then we can't send it. So I'm not doing that. But we'll see. If I find something that I have faith in and is genuine, and I can see evidence that the money can go, there are medical charities that do that. So we will see. But this whole backlash came, and then when I really looked at my logical, I'll finish in a second. When I looked at it logical, it wasn't that they were angry about that you're doing the part or you're doing this, you're collecting aid. It was an inner hatred of just that people were so hatred of the Muslims. It was so much hate that they don't like Muslims and they don't want to talk about that issue. And it's sad that it took us how many months to years to do that.
Right. Well, Satkarn, it was nice talking to you. Thank you so much for your time. It's
No
still a
problem.
developing story. We would love to have you back on the show. But is there anything I didn't ask you before I let you go?
At the moment, we've had loads of support. I'm surprised people who have been doing really big activisms, those people who are on big padaran, people who are the top, they've shared the story. They've shared that there's a part going on. I personally don't know how many people will turn up. No matter how many people turn up, if it's a small number or a big number, the aim of this part is to unite the people. You may know in the UK right now, the right wing politics is bubbling very, very high. It's bubbling and it's bubbling. This is an opportunity for all the community members to come together.
Right.
And obviously Sikhs, Muslims, and Hindus and Christians, we can come together and stand shoulder to shoulder, because we've had a lot of racist attacks recently within the last month or so. There's been a rape case, there's been attacks on mosques, synagogues, and also mandars. So we have to get together and we have to unite. And I nearly forgot. I think your question was also what's happening on the program. So we'll have the part, the Sukhmani Sahib part will happen in the first section. Then after that, there'll be some hymns, which are the kirtan. And then later we will have the speeches. And obviously, this part is open to everybody. Everybody can come. There will be langar available, which is free food in the morning and after the part. So this is my message, that it's a start. Hopefully that there'll be good people who get together and we can do many more things from this.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Satkarn, once again. Talk to you again. Bye for now.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.